to another lawnfawn video. Today we are introducing our brand new die gift box, so let's go ahead and check it out. So this die set comes with all of the pieces to create a gift box, and this box could hold a larger gift, but it can also hold a 4-bar card and envelope set, which is such a fun gift to give, especially around the holidays. The first thing you're going to do is cut 2 of these box pieces. Then we're going to work on the lid first. So I'm going to fold down all of those little tabs. And then what we're actually going to do is we're going to be cutting them off. I like to fold the tabs first before cutting them because I find it easier to line up my scissors to make sure that I cut them straight and not crooked. Once I've cut off all 4 tabs, I can then work on creating these little notches that are perfect for making the box easier to open. So that little U-shaped die that's included in the set is to create that notch. And so what you're going to do is you're going to line up the sort of straight part of that notch with the edge of your paper and then run it through your die cut machine, and that's going to create the little notch, which is really, really cool. Now it's time to start folding along all of those score lines that the die created for me. So I'm going to fold along all of the edges of what's going to be our lid there, and then I'll also fold along all of the edges of the base, including those little tabs, but this time I'm going to leave those tabs there. Then next up, I'm going to add adhesive to all of those tabs, all 4 of them. And then we'll start to form the box by kind of lifting up one side of the box and tucking it behind the other and lining those 2 little corners up. And I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. So you'll see it's pretty easy to do. You just kind of line up those 2 edges and press them together shut, and that is the base of your box. Now these little pieces are for creating the lid. So I've gone ahead and cut 4 of them, and they have an embossed line down the middle. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold along all those lines, and then I'm going to cover the entire inside of that with adhesive. Then to form our lid, we're going to put this box on top. We're going to pinch the sides closed, and then we're going to add that little triangular piece on there to create the closed lid. So you'll see right there, I'm going to hold it in place and then just tuck that little triangle piece right on, and that's going to start to form our lid. So the reason we have to do this is when we cut the lid and the top, they were the exact same size, but the lid actually needs to be a teeny bit bigger to be able to fit over the base of the box. And so this is how we're creating the lid to be just that slightly bit bigger and perfectly sized to your box because we're forming it while it's already on there. I also think those little decorative pieces make the lid so pretty. So this set also includes pieces for a bow. So I've cut out the bow pieces there, and I'm going to actually roll that cardstock around this little stylus that I have here. You can use a pencil or anything round. And the reason I'm doing this is it's kind of going to coax the paper so that you get a nice fluffy bow. So I'm just rolling it around and just kind of moving that paper back and forth so that I'm really going to get a nice curve in that paper. Then I can put some adhesive in the middle and lay down the left side of my bow. Then I'll cover the middle again with some adhesive, and I'll lay down the right side of my bow. Then I'm going to cover that whole tab with adhesive, and then I'm going to wrap that tab around to give the bow a finished look. So you see I'm going to wrap it right around, and this is so easy to do, and it's going to stick together just perfectly. Then I can go ahead and add some adhesive to those bow ends and layer them behind to make the most adorable little stitched bow. Now next up we have the bow pieces, and there's some embossed lines there, and those are going to go perfectly around the box. I'm going to fold both embossed lines on both of those pieces, and this is going to be the band for the box. Then I'm going to add some adhesive to one of the rectangular ends and both of the pointed ends, because that's where the little bow is going to glue on. And then now I'm going to wrap those bands around the box, and I'm doing it at the top of the box because that's kind of the widest part since you have those little decorative elements there. So I'm going to put those there, and then because I had adhesive on that one side, I'm able to press them together and create one long band, which is really great. And then once those are on there together, I can then take the bow to create the connection between the 2 pieces. And so this is going to create a really cute removable band that's a really great decoration for these cute little boxes. So you can see you can just pop that right off, and then you can open up your box and see what's inside. So next up, I'm going to be creating a gift box totally inspired by Elise. It was so cute and I just had to ask her if I could remake it. So I am cutting all of my gift box pieces from some knock-on wood paper there. And that beautiful wood grain is just so gorgeous. And I'm repeating the same thing that I did at the beginning. So I'm creating those little notches and then I'm folding down all of those edges. Then I'm going to trim off all 4 tabs. And then I can start to fold along all of those embossed lines that the dies created for me. So I'm going to fold the lid, and then I'm also going to fold the base of the box too. Then once I have the base of the box all formed, I can add adhesive to those tabs and then line them up with the edges forming the base of the box. I'll fold all of my triangle edge pieces and then I'll make sure to add adhesive along the entire inside of all of those pieces. Then I'm going to take the lid and place it on top of my box. I'm going to hold those sides together with my finger and then just pop that triangle piece right on, creating a really adorable lid. Now that my box is all formed, it's start to work on decorating it and creating the cards for the inside. So I've used one of the brand new stitched scalloped rectangles to cut some Bristol smooth paper here. I've cut 5 pieces and I'm going to start doing some inking here. So this here is some Mermaid ink, and so I'm going to get my ink applicator there filled with ink, start off of the paper and then go on creating a light wash of color. I'm going to keep repeating this motion until I build up the color so that it's darker at the top and then lighter at the bottom. And this inking is just, I love doing it. I feel like it's therapeutic to do it, and then it ends up looking so pretty at the end. So it's just awesome. Now I'm also going to take out some Merman ink, which is a slightly darker ink, just to darken up that top to really create that great gradient in the sky. I repeated the same thing 5 different times, and then now I'm going to work on my grass. So I'm die cutting with the stitched hillside border, and I'm going to cut 5 of these little hills, and then I'm going to ink in a very similar way using celery stick and freshly cut grass ink. So you'll see here I'm just sponging on that ink, darker at the top and then lighter at the bottom to mimic the sky, and I just think it looks so pretty. It just adds so much to a simple card. Next up, I'm using the new birch trees dies. I'm going to cut out a bunch of different birch trees. I'm also stamping out and die cutting some really fun and cute images from the new Forest Feast stamp set. I'm going to start layering these birch trees onto my scene, and I'm going to repeat this across all 5 of these little cards I have going here. Once I have my birch trees in place, I need to trim off the top of them. So I'm just going to use my scissors to trim around that scalloped edge so that they cut off right at the scallop, which I think looks really, really neat. Next, I'll layer my grass on top, and then I'm ready to decorate with my stamped images. So this one is actually going to be for the cover of the box to decorate it and kind of give you an idea what's on the inside. So I'm going to add that cute little raccoon. Then I'm going to take some more knock-on wood papers in both the yellow and green color, and I'm going to die cut them with the new fall tiny tags. And I love these little tags so much. They're so cute, and they're perfectly sized to work with the tiny tag saying. So I'm going to stamp the just for you from that, and then I can layer these 2 little tags on top of each other and then layer them onto my box. I'm taking some gold sparkle lawn trimmings and I've doubled it up and just tied a little bow there, and I'm going to use some glue dots to add those to the tags, and it's going to kind of look like I tied it to the box, but it's faked, but it looks really cute. So which is easier for me because I'm really not a good bow tier, so tying the bow separately really helps me. So now I'm going to layer that on top of the box, and I've got my box decorated, and now it just needs the cards for the inside. So I'm creating some card bases to go along with those cute little stitched scalloped rectangles, and even though they are a little bit smaller than a 4x size, it still fits really nicely in the box. So you can do a 4x size or even slightly smaller, or have some fun with some die cuts, and they're going to fit really great inside the box. So I'm going to layer all of those card bases on the backs of my little scenes, and then after I've done that, I can go ahead and start to add more of these stamped images, and I'm adding them on with some foam dots just to add a little extra interest. Now here I've die cut that same stitch scallop rectangle out of some Ballet Slippers cardstock, and then I'm stamping the thankful for you sentiment there on there, and then I'm going to take a sentiment banner and die cut it so that the edge still has the stitch scallop, but then it's got the little flag on one side. Then I'll add some adhesive and then line it up with the scallop, and you can see just how cute that looks on there. And then I can add some more of my little fun stamped images, and now I have 4 cards to give as a gift. So here I've got some 4-bar envelopes, some craft envelopes, and I'm going to go ahead and put them inside my box. And I think this is just a really nice way to give someone a gift. You could even add maybe like a little gift card pocket inside and do a gift card and some note cards. But I think it's just a really nice way to show someone that you care, and it's just a really sweet homemade gift. I feel like I could open up this box and take out all the pieces and put them back in like every day. It's just so cute when you see it all put together. Now, one of the things I really love about this die set is that you can make it be whatever you want depending on what paper and stamps you use. So in this case, I'm going to be creating a box inspired by my friend Lynette, and I'm using some Perfectly Plaid Rainbow paper, which is really summery, really springy, really fun and happy. So it's going to be a totally different look, but with the same die set. I've also taken out a fancy scallop circle, which coordinates really well with those little scalloped edges on the lid. And so I'm just layering craft and storm cloud cardstock and also some Perfectly Plaid Rainbow colors. Next, I'm doing something kind of special with the band. Instead of having it be a band that comes on and off, it's going to be permanently on there. And so I've actually trimmed it down so that I can wrap it around completely on the lid. So it's going to open and close kind of like how presents always open and close on movies. Have you ever noticed they always wrap the lid? So that's kind of my idea, is that the lid's going to be wrapped. And that way you don't have to take the band on and off. It's just kind of a permanent decoration. So now I'm going to create a card to match the outside. So I've got the craft and the storm cloud cardstock. I've used a 4-bar stitch rectangle, so this is going to be a 4-bar size card. And then I've got a smaller fancy scallop circle, and then I'm going to use that little band there and put that in the middle so that it really looks like the front. But in this case, I've die cut the word thanks with some of the scripty words that come in this set out of some storm cloud cardstock, and I'm going to put that right on top. And a little bit later, once I turn the video off, I'm going to create the rest of the cards to go in this set, but I just wanted to show you guys how well an actual 4-bar card fits inside the box. So you can see how great that is with the envelope, and then now with that kind of permanent bow on the outside, which I think looks so pretty. Now here I wanted to show you a box but made out of the new Nitpicky Christmas paper, so you can see how cute it is for Christmas, for fall, for spring. You can really make this box your own, which is, that's what I think is just so fun about it. Next up, we have some great boxes from our design team. Audrey's little Halloween box is just way too cute. I love how Elena decorated with the little guys from Costume Party. And then here is the box that inspired me by Elise. It's just so gorgeous. I love that ink blending that she did. And then here we have a beautiful Halloween box by Yainea. I just love those boo letters. I think it just turned out completely adorable. Nicole has created this really cool Halloween box. I love what she did with the cute cobweb and with the little corners being a different color than the paper, and she's even got a little gift card slot there so she can hide a gift on the inside of this adorable little box. And then Yainea's box with the fall tiny tags and the ribbon, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And then I love how Shari created a window opening so that you can see a peek into the cards on the inside, and these are the adorable 4-bar cards that she had on the inside of the box. And then Letitia created this really awesome winter themed box using that really cute little pumpkin spice cup. So I cannot wait to see your awesome gift boxes and your great gift card sets, and I can't wait to hear who you're going to give them to too. So make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today, and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!